Hello everyone, it's BDF44 coming at you with another video. Comes a time in a man's life where he has to admit that he's wrong. This ain't one of them times. Nah, this ain't one of those. So Steph Curry, about a night ago, let's rewind a little bit. Before Steph Curry's performance, I made a video at random talking about the Golden State Warriors. I had been watching a couple of podcasts and a couple of, people talk about different teams, and the Golden State Warriors were mentioned. And I have my own opinion about them. And I eloquated that in a video about 12 minutes long or something like that. Who knows? You guys can go watch it. And I basically said that the Golden State Warriors are committed to losing because they won't make a decision between whether or not they want to build around Wiseman going forward or continue the legacy act with Steph, Clay, and Dre. But I don't believe both of those two things can happen at the same time, and I don't believe one is best for the other. And then Steph Curry turned around and dropped 62 points on the Blazers in a legendary performance. Nothing's changed for me. I know a lot of people are going to jump out the window and say, oh my God, Steph is back. The Warriors are back. They're going to be in the Western Conference Finals facing off against the Lakers. They're a good team now. No, they're not. No, they're not. Nothing has changed at all. The Golden State Warriors are still the team they were before he did that. Steph Curry was still capable of scoring 62 points when I made that video. If you would have told me Steph Curry was going to score 62 points after making that video, you know what I would have told you? Sure, I'll buy that. And the reality is Steph Curry's always been capable of scoring 62 points. This is someone who scored 120 straight three-point shots in a practice from the corner. If I got that correct, that's what I was told because I didn't see the footage myself. But 5 straight minutes of shooting threes. But yeah, he's capable of scoring 62 points. He's capable of scoring a lot more than that. He's the greatest shooter to ever shoot a basketball. No one's even close. Not a soul. He's not the problem, is the moral of the story. Steph Curry. He's healthy. Steph Curry is one of the most prolific scorers of all time because of his ability to shoot better than everyone else. So if he goes off and scores 64 tomorrow, guess what? It change nothing. He's still a great player. His greatness is not the problem at all. The problem that they have is that they don't have any shooting anywhere else. Problem is they're running an offense for a bunch of players that the offense is not created for anymore. Problem is they don't have the defensive prowess of a guy like Klay Thompson to guard the other team's best player. Draymond just got back. What is he going to give you? He had a good game yesterday. Can he do it again? Can they get enough from the bench guys? Can they get enough adjustments from their coaching staff, who really hasn't had to coach at all over the last 3 years? Let's just be real. Steve Curry ain't got a coach. Until now. Until last year, rather. Until these guys went down and they started bringing in the influx of young players. Now, Steve Kerr has to put on his bootstraps, lace up his bootstraps, and coach. You can't just say, hey, here's the blueprint for what we've been winning with. Go out and do what you know how to do, fellas. Thank you guys and for making me look good. Hi, Mark Jackson. No, we don't get to do that anymore. Now you got to show us what you're about, Steve. Now you got to really dig in and reach in and find your Phil Jackson. Reach in and find all that good stuff from Popovich that you had. You got to learn how to teach guys who may not be that smart a very, very complex offense. That's not an easy task. And I'm not saying our guys aren't smart over there in Golden State. That's a disrespectful way of putting it. But high IQ basketball players pick up things quicker than guys who are more so average in that regard. And what they have is a bunch of guys who are average in that regard. Okay? Wiggins, Oubre. Come on, man. Let's just be real here. You didn't come to my channel to hear me lie. The Golden State Warriors are not a good team right now. But they have a couple great players. One of them who's hurt real bad. Not going to be back this year. And the other guys that they got, there's potential all over that roster. Don't get it twisted. I said that in the video. I don't think that they have a bad roster. They just need to get that roster to playing the right way. In a way that fits their game. not a way that spreads and it spreads the floor and is meant for shooters. That's not what you have anymore at Golden State. So if last night is any indication that they're getting it together, then they can get a lot better. But do I think they make the playoffs? No. It's not a good team. They're not a good team. They have good players. They're not a good team. Yet. Now, they make a couple roster moves, switch that offense up, go to a more Wiseman inside-out type of game, which I think will fit them a little better. It'll help cultivate him, give him the touches he needs, and possibly draw enough attention to get the shooters open. Maybe you do a little more of that type of thing like Orlando did when they were in the finals against us in 2009. A lot of that stuff was shooters surrounding Dwight Howard, and Dwight kicks it out to them and rebounds and dunks and all that stuff. If they want to go that route, that's probably their best bet with the roster that they have, because they don't have enough shooting. Steph Curry can shoot forever. Anywhere on the planet, any era. He'll never, ever have an issue shooting the basketball on any floor. So he will never be the problem in that regard. He will never be the weakest link. But he needs defenders around him. He needs rebounders around him. He needs shooters to make it so that he can have open shots and is not being a clapstone by the defense. And until they figure out a way to get that for him, they're going to be a team that's going to probably be hovering around 500. That's not good enough for a team that's won now 3 NBA championships and been to 5 NBA finals, if I'm not mistaken. I think they went to 5. To 5 in this era? All I'm saying is Steph was very impressive. But that wasn't the first time I've seen Steph be impressive. Steph has been impressive for the last 7-8 years. He has 2 MVPs that he earned. It ain't no ifs, ands, and maybes. These aren't Steve Nash MVPs, so to speak. It seems like Steve is catching strays in this video. I swear I love Steve Nash. I swear I do. He just so happens to be the focal point of both of these different points in this one video. But I swear to God, I love Steve Nash. But as a coach, actually he wasn't mentioned. What am I talking about? Steve Nash, Steve Kerr. You get the point. It's the Steves in this. They're white guys. I'm sorry. The point is, Steve Kerr, Steve Nash, MVPs, to tail it all in, to bring it all back together. New coaches. Steve Nash is now coaching the Brooklyn Nets. You can see how I messed that up. But the point I'm trying to make overall is Steve Nash and Steve Kerr both got to prove themselves as coaches. One has a little bit easier road because one has KD and the other one doesn't. The Golden State Warriors are in a little bit of trouble, though. Despite winning yesterday's game, they're in a little bit of trouble because guess which side of KD they're on. Side doesn't have them, and that's exactly what they're missing right now. That's what they're missing. You put KD back on his Golden State Warriors, all that goes away. Of course, there's no possibility of that at all. So for all of you guys who are excited about the Golden State Warriors, I'm not here to rain on your parade. I'm just here to tell you what you can expect going forward. And that's about a 500 basketball team. My name is BDF44. I'm sorry to all the Steves, white guy Steves that I may have offended with this video. I apologize. What you want me to do? I'm a human being. I make mistakes. So, yeah, that's what I got. Oh, and yeah, thinking about what they should do going forward. Andrew Wiggins and Kelly Oubre are going to be very valuable pieces in this league because of their ability to score the ball and play multiple positions. Small forwards, even though there's an influx of small forwards coming into this league right now, so it's almost like they've doubled the amount of small forwards in this league just with this one draft. I still think that those guys are going to be useful in terms of being able to grab other players in their stead. I think it would be very, very wise to start shopping both of those guys. If the Golden State Warriors really want to get better, that's one way that can help them a lot, I think. Is getting rid of both of those guys, Wiggins and Oubre. Neither one of them are world beaters, but neither one of them are devoid of value. You can get something for Wiggins. Maybe not a first-round pick or anything crazy like that, but you can get something for Wiggins that will help your team. And you can certainly get something for Oubre. So at this point, it's just like, I don't think those guys really fit that well. They're kind of the problem. When you think about all these conversations about the Golden State Warriors not having high IQ basketball players, those are the two guys everyone's talking about. I mean, what you want me to say? I'm not here to lie to you guys. Those are the two they're talking about. They're not talking about those youngsters on that bench necessarily. They're talking about the guys who have proven themselves to not be high IQ basketball talent. There's going to be some people mad at me for this one, but I'm just going to tell the truth. It's 2021. There's no time to lie. My name is BDF44. I can't play basketball worth a damn. Since we're telling the truth, we're going to tell the truth. So anybody want to say, well, what have you done? Nothing. I'm a talker. But I have good eyes, and I can tell you what a great basketball player is and what maybe some other tier below that may be. I can do that. So that's what I'm going to do. My name is BDF44. Thank you, guys. Peace. Peace and love to everybody, especially the Steves out there. Peace to you guys. One.